Hello you beautiful peeps, my name's John, welcome to my channel. If you've seen my last video, you'd seen that I've done sort of a Frankenstein build with these two cars, swapped all of the suspension, or it's not suspension, but the swing arms around to the other sides, and I concentrated on this car the last time. Today, it is this one that we're going to take a closer look at, and I need to show you what you need to do to swap it into a very, very wide car. Due to the fact that it's wider, it means that you can in fact have these tyres on it. You can put extra stress onto the electronics, so keep that in mind if you are going to do that. From what the testing that I've done, it's been absolutely fine, but over a long period of time, I'm not sure whether it could cause any problems. Every time somebody said that to me, that the larger diameter tyres can cause damage to your electronics, I've never had one failure. So I will just say that as a caveat. So what have we swapped on this car? Well, obviously these are the swing arms from the 144001. But when you do that, obviously you've now moved it outwards. You need to change things like drive shafts, etc., etc. So let me show you what I had to do in detail. We have on the front, we'll start with the front here. These are obviously the steering arms from the 144001. To make these fit on this car, you had to put the larger ball joint into the wheel hub here, and obviously the larger ball joint into the steering arm, or steering clutch, I think they call it there, to make that fit. And it was the same on the other side. Again, it just screws straight in because the hole's smaller, so it just, obviously it's a larger ball joint, so the hole's just made a little bit bigger when you screw it in. When it comes to the tie rods, again, let me just make sure, yes, again you had the larger ball joints on these, so they have to be just pushed in. I did use, for these, I put a little bit of thread lock on. I don't think you needed it, because obviously it's just a larger thread into the smaller hole, so it should hold perfectly fine, but here I did use the nuts that were there anyway. You will notice that I have the 144001 front and rear shock tower. That's because with this suspension here, it was causing the original to bend a little bit, and I didn't see the point of leaving it on there as they fit straight on. So swap those over, they fit directly. When it comes to obviously the suspension, shocks, they fit exactly where they do on the 144001 and fit exactly the same way as they do on the 144001. Again, keep that in mind when you're buying just the bits and bobs that you need it to. That is, no, CVD joints obviously need to be from the 144001, but they fit straight into the cups, differential cups there. So that's the front. Now at the rear, as you can see, the bumper here at the rear is not what is on the 144001 or the 124016. No, sorry, 017 and 019. Here I've put a front bumper on the rear just to give it a little bit of protection, but they actually have a new creation here. But that's to protect the nuts that are hanging out the back of the 184016. Reason being that there's just not enough room down here to fit a nut, because obviously the car is quite squished and compact. So suspension, again, same thing. It's just the original 144001. Tie rods here, these two ball joints here, same thing as at the front. They're from the 144001, and the dog bones here fit straight in. Everything else is yes, the wheel hubs are all the same from the 184016. And obviously the rear wing is the same. You can swap that over to the larger one if you so wish, but I don't know. I've had a quick drive of this on the roof, as I did of that one, and it becomes a little bit less stable, I think. But my roof's very slippery, so that may not be the case whatsoever. So I'm gonna get this out onto some gravel, see how it handles. These 144001 tyres on this car, obviously a slightly larger diameter. I suspect at a speed run area, as long as we can keep it straight and narrow, PTSD from the Formula 1 car, I think it'll go over 100 kilometers an hour on 3S battery. I hope, now that I've said that, but I believe it will do, because the larger diameter tyres will just make it go that little bit faster. As I said, as long as you can still control it. I think it does look pretty cool. It's taken what is essentially quite a small car and made it quite large. I'll match it up to this tyre here. You can see there's quite a big difference there. You can see that there is, it has moved it slightly closer to the front wheel on that. But again, I don't see that being a problem. It's more down to a fact of how it will handle now. Is it just like uncontrollable? I'm hoping it's not going to be the case, but we're going to find out together when we get to the gravel. So let's get on. Okay, the intention was to drive this on the gravel, where we just were with the shortened wheelbase of the 144001, but there's a fine layer of sand there, so we couldn't drive it there. So I've just decided to drive it on the tarmac here and see what sort of speed we can get on it. Obviously, having a wider wheelbase on this, I'm assuming it should be more stable. I don't know, we'll find out together, but I have put the GPS on there because I want to see if it goes any faster. Probably won't, it's got more weight to it, what do you reckon? But we will see if it's more stable, won't we? So let's get on. We have on the GPS, read, it has 59. That seems fast to me. This car is bonkers. I don't remember it wheeling on 2S before. What about you?
Nope.
Nothing else has changed, does it? So, speed, what do you reckon?
63.
63. Okay, now I know that you're cheating. How did you know that?
Good at guessing.
Wow, you've been around RC cars too much. I'm glad it doesn't do like the 0.9 or something, because I'd be like, right, what's the point? It's like there's a bit of a drift area there. Right, before I come back to you and you hack the app, what speed?
64.
64, you think we went up 1. Ladies and gents, let's see if Colin's cheating. Stop. Read. Ah, good. So you're not hacking then. So we know it's pretty much 63. What does it look like to you? I think it looks quite stable.
Yeah.
What does it turn like? Let me know when you're getting sick. Okay, I'm getting sick. Oh, we're out of power already. How's that possible? So, Colin has said that we got 63 on the smaller tyres. We had the large tyres, so I put the large tyres on. I don't know how much juice we have in this battery. We may not even get to the end here. But if we do get a decent speed run, we will see whether larger diameter tyres will make this car go so much faster. So let's get on. I need a controller. 29, well, that's fast. Let's go, shall we? No way. I don't have control. That was very cool though, whatever it did. I expected more power than that. Here we go, we've got 27. If you want to do a speed run with a 184016, I'd definitely put a wider wheelbase on it though. That was my fault. I was trying to go as fast as possible. 61. Read. 68. So, have I broken anything? Yeah, that's popped off the drive shaft somewhere, so that's not a problem. I've got loads of those. Everything else is gorgeous. That was lucky then, wasn't it? Woo! I think this is definitely, with the 3S in here, I think this is definitely going over 100. But as the luck of the day has been reducing, I think it's time to head back to the studio. So, welcome back. What do you think of the footage? I thought that it was actually quite stable. I thought it did a very good job. We obviously didn't get to run it on the gravel, and that was because there was a fine layer of sand and it was making all of the cars that we had with us on that day just spin out. So I didn't see the point of getting this all dirty for the sake of not very good footage. But actually on the tarmac, you saw, especially when you put these larger tires on, it's definitely going to get to 100 kilometers an hour on a 3S battery for sure. Now, obviously we had that slight impact at the end. I don't know what happened yesterday, but it was just one of those days where everything went wrong. I managed to roll the new 104019 10 times on tarmac. Don't know how I managed to do that. I caused so many mistakes yesterday, so I'm glad to get back to the studio, and I'm not going to touch anything electrical where I can get an electric shock, trust me. We found the drive shaft, and as you can see, it's usable, you know. There's a slight bend in it. Obviously, as I saw that I wasn't going to stop in time, I turned it to the side because if it goes in frontwards, yes, there's a small bumper here. That's not going to do a lot, but it invariably will end up ripping out the motor or bending the chassis. By turning it to the side, I knew that it's more the swing arms and drive shafts, dog bones that would break, which is exactly what happened. This hasn't broken, so it's a case of putting a new dog bone and it's good to go again. Nothing else is damaged upon it. So, can I suggest to you that you do put the 144001 suspension, or sorry, swing arms and whatnot on it? Oh, and suspension, yes. Do you know what? I think I can. I didn't find it any less stable. The tarmac area that we were at was a little bit gravelly, wasn't it? So, I think on the speed run area, I'm not going to see any difference with it because it handles so well at the speed run area anyway. I don't see any difference that there's going to be on the gravel either. With the larger tyres, it wants to flip up, it wants to do some crazy stuff, so you know, stick to the originals and you'll be fine. If you're going for a speed run, put slightly larger diameter tyres on. There was no cogging issues, no problems with that, so I'm quite happy. I've explained to you how to install it all, so I'll try and put some links if I can find the bits in the description below, but the problem is that they don't actually have that many spare parts at the moment, so if I find them, I'll put them there. If you find them, please put them in the comments below for others to find the bits as well, because it is really quite hard to get hold of parts for this new car as is. Both cars, I've got to say, you know, taking the swing arms from this one, putting it on that and vice versa, it's been quite interesting actually. That one I'm not sure if I would do myself. This one I definitely would myself. So much so I think I'm going to leave it like this for a while. Do a few different, I've got a few different tyres that I'd like to test, so I think this will be a great little platform to try it on. So there you go. I've got a few more videos coming up. I've also got one about the A959 and this one to see if there's any parts that can transfer over. So that one's coming up as well. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time. Take care, stay safe. Bye-bye.